FAA came out and said, okay, we can't really explain anything that's going on, so we're just going to ground everything. Does this solve the problem?
Well, no, Kevin, it doesn't, and I'll tell you why. The the vehicles that we've seen flying are a couple of reasons. They're not following the FAA guidelines already, such as remote ID, which broadcasts a signature that says who you are. Flying under 400 feet, which is a requirement of the FAA. And following certain requirements such as beyond visual line of sight and flying over people or flying at night. And all of these things have not been complied with to date.
Well, okay, and so you just made news because I have not heard another single outlet any of those objections be raised. And this is the problem. The FAA puts out a statement. This will solve it. The Biden administration kind of laughs, giggles. Yeah, you silly people, you're worried about this stuff. They don't do anything. The FAA is not really doing anything of substance. And meanwhile, just last night, another sighting, not from news reports that I saw, but a personal acquaintance of mine living just over the border from New Jersey into New York, saw not one but two of these SUV-sized drones. What she perceived to be kind of scoping out Interstate 95 as it goes from Jersey up into New York. So again, we don't have straight answers being given to us. And when people are asking legitimate questions, even congressional representatives asking legitimate questions, they're being stonewalled. You told me after you made your appearance with me last weekend, and you're not a person of exaggeration, you're a very low-key guy, but you said that your concern is that this seems to be nefarious. That was the word you used. In fact, later the president said it's not nefarious. I was wondering if he was listening to our interview because of that. But why do you have concerns in addition to all the standards and rules that they're breaking?
You know, if this was a government operation, if this was a government contractor, if this was companies that were testing drones for the purposes of some commercial venture, with all of this attention, they would just simply say, hey, it was us. It was XYZ company. It was this entity. We were performing these operations. Nothing to be concerned about. But, you know, I have a couple problems with the federal government stance. Number one is, as far as I know, you don't have classified briefings if you're not discussing classified information. So that's a little surprising to me that they have classified briefings, but they're not actually saying that there's any type of concern. Then why is it classified? The other thing is that, look, you have to understand that local and state police here in New Jersey, they're also spotting it. These are sworn law enforcement officers that are also seeing what's happening in the sky, and they're reporting this information in. They're given very little information from their federal counterparts to let them know, hey, this is what we understand it to be. So the lack of information is speaking volumes, and we can almost start writing the story with what's not being said as opposed to what is being said.